What is it about sharks that captivate us? Could it be how they are somewhat the lions of the sea, kings of their domain? Or perhaps their eloquent yet sinister nature that grants them their royal rule? They command attention and cause immediate anxiety if portrayed correctly. First off, I just want to apologize about the audio. There's some construction going on, or some kind of rumbling, whatever. If you can hear me, blink twice. Great. In the original screenplay for Into the Deep, it begins with a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche: "Your monster will never come announced." Many a times I've fallen in love with these creatures only to be awakened in the night by a great white giving its toothy grin before the jaws enclosed around me. In spite of all of this, there is a silver lining. You know, when I think of America, I don't really think about 4th of July, nor do I think about baseball. What really symbolizes America is
Shark Week! Nobody asked you, bold boy.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Nobody Asked But. I'm your host, Tark Bryant. I, for one, like millions of other people, are excited because it's Shark Week, and because I love Shark Week. My whole family loves Shark Week. It's like a ritual that every time it's that time of year, we're gathered around to watch Discovery Channel for Shark Week, and I'm sure it's going to be awesome this year too. I wanted to do a shark movie review, and I think there's one movie that has swam under the radar. Anyway, when I first saw this movie, I was living in the Bronx, and I was on the phone with my girlfriend, now wife. She was like, "What are you watching?" Because I was freaking out. It's a simple plot. You know, you got girl stranded out in ocean, you got shark in ocean. How will girl get out of this alive? It's simple yet effective. Blake Lively gives a performance, solo performance, mind you. It can be cringe at times, but when she's acting, she's acting. The seamless, remarkable CGI that went into bringing this movie to life needs a spotlight as well. And of course, we can't talk about a shark movie without talking about the shark itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, from director Jaume Colette Serra, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Nobody asked me, but The Shallows is a pretty good shark movie. Let's talk about it. So, Blake Lively plays medical student Nancy Adams as she comes back to a beach where her mother took her when she was a child. At first glance, the text visuals are a bit meh, but you start to ride the visual storytelling that the director is trying to portray. Personally, I think it's kind of terrifying that her mother brought her here as a child, but at the same time, it's definitely good that they didn't, come around the time the new neighbor moved in. We'll get to Toothless later. I've never seen Blake Lively act. I've seen Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants a long time ago, and then she was in Green Lantern, but I've never seen an actual lead role of hers. And so for this one to be one where she's just pretty much solo on her own against like a computer generated shark. I mean, there are other actors involved, but they're sooner or later. As soon as it starts, she takes over. From being traumatized by the visuals of a man being mutilated and then dragging his severed upper torso up onto the beach, seeing that happen, like watching her view that, I'm like, dude, I don't even want to watch what's going on there. She's stuck, like she can't even turn. I don't even want to see that. Sheesh. Oblique FX and important looking pirates. You guys get the award. You guys are giving ILM a run for their money. Sheesh. The amount of added creation for the environment, the atmosphere, blood texture, bubbles, everything that you wouldn't suspect that were created were. Like I really was caught off guard watching the video reel of the amount of texture that was just kind of like seasoned onto this film. It was primarily filmed on and in a huge water tank the size of a football field. And then once filming was wrapped, the VFX team went to work, world building, giving depth and personality to this basically arena that we find these two opponents battling. From jellyfish to crabs, they did it. So, rendered with a stylized elegance, the 23-foot machine of pure terror. The underwater first-person shots, I felt were the most terrifying. They really get that visual of the shark barely seen coming out of its camouflage. Great whites are brilliant at doing this. That's why they hunt from the deep. From water particles, dust from the seabed floor, it's the little details that count. It's that little paprika, baby, that makes everything a little bit tasty. I love how Sony takes advantage of being like the OG in cameras by showing you crisp visual. The colors are rich, the waves look crisp. You just feel relaxed. You feel at ease because remember, you're on vacation. That's great. That's very good, clever filmmaking, especially for like a movie like this. And then we get a dose of reality, right? We get a dose of reality. And they don't even show it. They just slow it down and you hear this crunching. And then the screen just envelopes in like blood. I love it, man. I love it because it's just, you're still curious. It's just like, show us what it looks like. But they're not. They're still teasing you. They keep teasing you, they keep teasing you until they finally do show it. And when they do, it's like,
oh my God. Oh my God. He on X.
This shark only had 4 minutes of screen time. 4 minutes of screen time. And even before it even showed itself, I was already like clenched, man. I was already tense. In the end, it becomes a great, great metaphor, for life and death situations. Obstacles, if you want to take it to an extreme, and that's what we're gonna do. It's that fight that separates her mother from those who don't fight at all, those who just give up. Even if she didn't make it, she still fought. And again, this movie does a great job at paralleling it. In life, we deal with things like it feels like we're drowning, or any choice that we make, it still bites us in the rear. That's what it's all about. It's going through life when it's still pursuing you, this shark, this little monster, and just showing it, hey, no matter what, I am going to win. And that's what she does. She is just dealt with every bad hand, from jellyfish, from flares not working. It's just every reason to just give up.
I gotta get out of here.
I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down.
But she doesn't. So after you watch all the new documentaries that come out this week, and I'm sure they're great ones too, because I want to emphasize the fact that sharks are awesome. They're very peaceful creatures. It's just like with anything, if you mess with it the wrong way, you bit.
You bit. You bit.
So after all the documentaries and you want to watch a good shark movie, The Shallows. Blake Lively. Well done. Well done. Hey, Ryan Reynolds, why don't you watch the kids for a change, bruh? Let your girl act, bro. He probably scared to be a stay-at-home dad. I don't blame him. Short one today, because I want to go back and watch Shark Week also. So my name's Stark Bryant. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye.
Nobody asked you, bold boy.